Welcome. This is the review of the SpeedyBee Mario Mini X, or to give it its proper title, this video we're going to review the Mario Mini X35, the 3.5-inch version of the new Mario Mini series. And I've got to be honest, I am really excited about this one because BOYWONDERFPV and I have been flying it for a week, and I've got to be completely honest with you, we've both said this is probably going to be our favourite sub 250g FPV drone so far. Now, there is going to be a few caveats with that. We're talking about how it flies. We're not talking about the image it produces or indeed the SpeedyBee customer services. And I want to get this out of the way quickly at the very start of the video because I know that some people don't care, and I get it, but some people do care. Now, I reached out to SpeedyBee. I'm just going to check my emails, and I told them I'd be recording this video today. As of yet, I've got no reply from SpeedyBee. So I'm just going to stop the video right there and just let you know that as we got into the editing stage of this video, I received a reply from SpeedyBee. Allow me to read it out to you because I think this changes absolutely everything. So initially, SpeedyBee said, look, we're not going to deal with anybody outside of China. This happened at the start of the Ukraine-Russia war. I don't like to talk about war in here. This is a hobby channel, but that's when they stopped selling internationally and refusing to offer any form of support. So what happened with my Mario Mini 25 was that it bricked on an update on the SpeedyBee app of Betaflight. I reached out to SpeedyBee and they said, nope, we're not going to help you because you're not in China. And that's what everybody else has had the same problems with. So I sent them an email in January and I said, obviously I put my video out in January and I said, look, you know, SpeedyBee produce brilliant products, but you need to be careful because you're not going to get any support from them. SpeedyBee then put loads of messages out on Facebook saying basically that's not true. So I reached out to them to clarify. I got ignored. I sent a couple of emails from a couple of email accounts saying, oh, I've got a problem with one of my my products. Can you help me? And the reply was always the same. No, we're not going to help you because you're not based in China. So I sent them another email, which I'm going to put on screen now. And that email basically said, look, we know what's happened in the past. I'm about to start reviewing this product. Do you support customers or are you going to tell them no? And ultimately, I don't expect SpeedyBee to replace any products that you guys not deliberately crash, but that you guys crash or from user error. But if it's like an update on their app and it bricks something, they need to offer a little bit of support just to tell you how to fix it. That's something I never got. And that's absolutely fine because I did receive an email from persons unknown telling me what had happened, how it happened, and they gave me something to make it fixed. So I have actually fixed my Mario Mini 25, and we're going to do a comparison with this. But when I fixed it, I also noticed that one of the motors had blown as well. So I'm just waiting for a replacement motor. So, but anyway, we've now got a reply from SpeedyBee. So the previous intro where I was wearing something different, because that was on a different day, is now going to get cut into this to give you that official response from SpeedyBee. And I think we're all going to be really excited about it. So, hi squatting quads. And I'm going to put the reply somewhere. I don't know. Editor, edit. Hi squatting quads. Thank you for your message. And for your detailed feedback on the Mario Mini series. I did say to them, and I will have put the email up by now, this is a bloody brilliant drone and I really want to highly recommend it. But I'm struggling because of the lack of support. To clarify the situation, when you reached out in January, the product had not yet officially been available on our website. So internationally, after-sales support for that product had not been fully established at that time. It's clever wording, and I'm going to let them off because I think as long as we get a resolution, I'm happy with it. I appreciate what's happened before, and I'm fully... what's the word when you're like sympathetic? Sorry, I was asking Boy Wonder because he's just there. Hi, Boy Wonder. Hi. Hi. I'm fully sympathetic with anybody that it's affected before now, but we all knew what the situation was. If we can be the ones to help change things, I'm over the moon. So now that the Mario Mini series is officially sold through our global channels, we do provide after-sale support for international customers. No worry about it. We appreciate you raising this point. And we apologise for any confusion caused by the timing of our support availability. If you need any further clarification while preparing your content, please feel free to reach out. Best regards, SpeedyBee. So it is clever wording, and I'm not massively keen on all of it because they say we apologise for the confusion and for the timing. I have a stack of emails from a stack of different accounts all saying the same things. We will not support you because you're outside of China. Now, like I say, if I bought this from a third-party reseller that wasn't SpeedyBee, although SpeedyBee do actually sell them on AliExpress, or they did. I don't want to be slanderous. No, yeah, slanderous is a spoken word. I don't want to be slanderous because they might not anymore, but they did. And the point being, all I was asking for was a bit of help. I wasn't saying, look, I've deliberately burnt out a motor by crashing it. Can you send me a new one for free? And I wouldn't expect that of any company. In FPV, we have these items which are called consumables. If you crash a drone and break a prop or a motor, or you smash your flight controller into the floor at 100 miles an hour, that's on you. Or Boy Wonder normally. Kind of did smash a flight controller, yeah. But that's the point, it's on you. And I don't expect any company to come along and say, oh, you broke it, that's okay, we'll send you a new one. But if somebody needs help, especially newbies, now like I say, my Discord, my channel is a great resource for newbies that need help. But some of them just need to know that they can reach out to the official manufacturer and know that somebody officially has got their back. And I completely get it. Okay, that completely changes how this review is now going to go, of course, because a couple of points and a couple of shorts that I've released is I cannot fully support this drone. And I cannot fully support this drone because of SpeedyBee. Well, that's changed. That has completely changed. So my recommendation for this is going to be completely different than what it was. So you're probably going to see me dressed like this in the outro when I was wearing a t-shirt for the rest of the video because it was recorded on a different day. Anyway, let's move on to potentially our first flight, or if I said something really interesting in the first intro after this point, we'll move on to that. But we'll move on to something, I don't know what, but I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're ripping the Mario Mini 35 around a bit of a nature reserve here. It is quite windy, and one thing I'll say is it has got a lot of power. So in certain circumstances you may actually want to turn that power down a little bit if you're flying in relatively confined environments like this, because you can run out of room quite quickly. But you certainly won't run out of power. And there is somebody coming down that path, I've just been told by the spotter. There we go. So we're just going to be a little bit careful and not intimidate them too much. It is almost too quick for an area like this. That person's coming this way, so I'm going to go back over that way. And like I said, not intimidate them too much. But yeah, it is almost too quick, too powerful for an area like this. Almost. It is crazily good. It is so much better than the original. But with that comes a price of you've got a lot more power. Whereas the original didn't have as much power as this. It meant it was obviously easier to fly in smaller areas like this. So I guess you've got to pick your poison really. What's important to you, what matters to you. Also, what they're doing over here. Some sort of mad works going on over there. So I don't know, it's an interesting one. It's an absolute ripper, there is zero questions about that. If you want a drone that is, again, a phrase that probably gets used a little bit too much in FPV is, it's almost like a mini 5-inch. But in a lot of ways it is, because you've just got so much power and responsiveness. Like I'm so light on the throttle most of the time here. And when I need to get out of trouble like that, I can get out of trouble like that. Absolutely wild, I think. And again, I said this on one of the flights before, which was technically yesterday, but you may see this in the same video. I just wish SpeedyBee weren't so anti-consumer, because this is really hard not to recommend. But at the same time, we've got to consider whether we're going to recommend SpeedyBee or not. So it's a really, really difficult one, is this. But the frame is incredible, and the combo of the motors is amazing. Right, we're on 3.4 volts, but because we're so low on the throttle, I'm not going to panic, but we are going to come back after literally 4 minutes of flight time. Catch you in a second. Okay, so as you can see, even in the early days when we was flying it, it rips, and we was having a great amount of fun with it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to change this camera angle, because I quite like this intimate camera angle, but you guys need to see the weight of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the scales, I'm going to put them on the desk, and I'm going to film it on my phone, and I'm going to synchronize it up. And we can have two different angles at the same time. Okay, so now you can see my phone and you'll be able to, okay, what's the weight of it then, first of all? So it's coming in at 187 grams without a battery on. So the question then is, how can we get it under 249 grams? So we'll just move that to one side, and we will grab a couple of my favorite batteries. So we'll put on the GNB 880. That takes us to 283 grams. Before we move any further along in this video, I'm going to cut to the flight using this GNB 880, because this is my favorite battery for most sub 250 gram drones, especially in this size. But there's a couple of problems with it. So let's cut to that flight now. All right, so we're going to rip with the 880mm GNB. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't actually fit properly, and I'll show you why afterwards. But we all want to know how well it rips with this battery. This is my favourite sort of 4S smaller battery. So how well will it rip? Well, that's a question that we're going to have to answer. Now, it is crazy windy, so forgive me if the rip's not the best, but the wind has been playing havoc. We've done a couple of warm-up packs.
You're going too fast, I keep losing you.
Pardon?
You're going too fast, I keep losing you.
I can't hear you.
You're flying too fast, I keep losing you.
Keep trying. So Boy Wonder is trying to do he's filming like he did the other day, but he said I'm going too fast for him this time, and he keeps losing us. That was crazy. This is genuinely one of my favourite sub 249 gram drones. For how it flies. Genuinely. You got it, keep going. I'll fly past for the Karen test in a minute. It really is so good. Genuinely is absolutely brilliant. I think the extra weight of this 880 has nullified the extra flight time that you might get with the extra capacity though, because I'm getting around about 3.5–4 minutes on a 720, which is considerably lighter and keeps you sub 249. This obviously isn't going to keep you sub 249, and I think that extra weight of it isn't providing us with the extra expected flight time. And they got it wrong there. Want to come past you? Karen noise test time. The wind just held us in the air there. And I'll go past Boy Wonder once more. We've got some mad shake then. I don't know if you could see that. Hopefully you'll be able to on the DVR. Yeah, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, although we've done obviously a couple of full throttle punches there. Yeah, I'm going to come back because it's crying. Okay guys, so that was the rip on the 880mm GNB. Now the problem is to actually make it fit, because the GNB cable is that short, you have to sit it on the back, on the drone like that. Now, if I just show you something. The battery itself will sit in the drone properly, but because of the short cable it won't reach the XT30 plug. So it's just something to bear in mind, and I didn't get as long of a flight time as I thought. I can actually get a longer flight time on a 720mm, so I think the extra weight it's not helping. And it makes, with this as well, you're not sub 250, whereas with the 720 you are sub 250. So yeah. That's that. Right, let's move on to something else. Okay, so obviously you could see that the cable was a bit too short, it had to hang off the back, and actually the extended flight time or the extended battery life didn't really equate to an extended flight time, did it? So there's that as a good point. Now we've also got the 720 mark from sub 250, which takes us to 254 grams. Now I'm looking around for the one that takes us sub 250. Now I found personally that was the best flight time. We got over 4 minutes flight time with that battery. With a GNB 660, it does take us, interestingly, we've probably picked up a little bit of mud and dirt on this, because it was 248 grams when I measured it the first time. So the scales may not be quite right, but it takes us to sub 250. Honestly, I'm not sure why this one is doing that. So you can knock off a couple of grams on the others. So even the 720 takes us, I think it's this mat actually. If I measure it with this mat, it normally is a little bit off. So you can knock, let me stop this recording now. So you can realistically, in my opinion, take it down to 249 grams with the 660. It's just because of this mat, and I don't particularly want to move this mat at this moment in time because my desk looks very nice and I'd rather not make it look not nice. So it is possible to go sub 250. You can go even higher with an 880, but honestly, this didn't generate the extra flight time that I would have hoped it would have done. Oh, I know why. Because when I first weighed it, we didn't have a GPS in the top. Now we've got a GPS in the top. Now I've used a sticky pad to stick it in there, but I'm not actually getting any GPS satellites from it. So there's going to be no speed test and return to home test in this video. I'm going to do it in a future video in a few days. We're also going to compare it to some other 3.5-inch quads in a future video in a couple of days as well. So make sure you stick with us. Okay, let's head out and we'll pick up the next flight. Maybe Boy Wonder, maybe me. Who knows? BOYWONDERFPV Mario Mini 35X. Let's freaking go. Promise not to scream, promise not to scream, promise not to scream, promise. Ah! I screamed. Ah! I screamed.
You liar. Dude, I'm on 31% throttle and I'm going really fast.
I was going to say I'll try and track you, but you're better at tracking than I am, so I'll let you do it. Right, listen, commentate on your flight, lad.
This drone, yeah. This drone is probably the best. It's very good for racing, as you can probably hear and see. You shook my entire goggles then and nearly disarmed for some reason.
I was putting your antenna up, mate.
Oh, okay.
Any negatives about it?
No. Well, except for some vibrations when you see word, but that's just for props.
Well, yeah.
And the one downside about it is the props are always in view, and the recording doesn't help.
No. So that's really good. Boy Wonder is trying to emulate what we're doing on the channel, and by being completely honest, now he's already said that this is his favourite drone ever, but he can also be critical about it as well by saying, but the props are always in view as well. So any other issues with it?
Not really.
Not really.
Except for, you know, the massive amount of power. From when you like try to flip through the tree, you try to go less power, but then you hit the ground, and then you try to go more power, and then you hit the tree.
What's your battery on?
3.70. I've already.
Your spin then, isn't it?
Very fast inverted adjustment.
Beautiful.
But and also you gave up trying to track me because you can tell how fast I'm flying.
You're better at tracking me than I am at tracking you.
And also I fly way faster. Like I fly nearly full throttle every time I fly, bro.
Which is why my battery's
Because
crying.
I'm mainly a racer. Well, technically a racer, but I never actually race. And the controller's shouting at me.
I know why. Don't worry. We'll deal with that in a second. We had to change a couple of settings, didn't we, to get us up and down that chimney safely?
Yeah.
Because we've not got the external
Obviously
antenna.
on the legal limit.
Obviously, officer.
Obviously.
We didn't extend the power past the legal limits, officer.
It's still on the legal limits.
Officer.
But we just didn't charge the battery enough.
We just changed something else. Something else. It's cold.
Transmitter battery low.
Okay,
What's that battery on, Boy Wonder?
3.60.
60. Right. Do a couple of tricks and then come back and land.
I did a kickflip technically.
Nice.
When you go in a circle and then corner flip.
And then do one last trick.
Right, my finger's on the disarm button just in case.
Right. I'm going to watch you landing, okay? So, the road is clear. Come back now.
Can Boy Wonder butter it? Start recording.
Oh, hang on. Wait then. Wait.
Transmitter
Don't try and
battery
land
low.
yet. Okay, can Boy Wonder FPV butter the landing? Let's go. Okay, can Boy Wonder FPV butter the landing? Let's go. The wind is catching him. Oh, I'll give that 6.5 butter out of 10. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I was too harsh. Okay, so this is the original Mario Mini 25. And there is a couple of changes that's been made to it. First of all, you can see that this has motor protection around the outside. These don't. This is just bare motors around the outside, as you can see there. This frame is plastic. This frame is aluminum, and the arms are carbon fibre. The motor wires in this go on the underneath. The motor wires on this are on the top. Because this frame is a lot stiffer, it's why it's a lot more enjoyable in flight. But of course, with that brings an increase in weight. So we said 188 grams for this. I'm just going to weigh this because I can't remember what it was. But without a battery, that comes in at 124 grams. Now, the weight increase isn't a problem in my opinion, because this has got 1303.5 motors on it. That's got 1505 motors on the new version. So ultimately, when it comes to the change in the weight and the flight characteristics, it's not anything that's gonna be a negative effect on the new one. The new one flies far better than the old one did, and the old one was one of my favorite quads until it bricked itself. Now, I did receive an email from persons unknown who I can't really say who it is, but they told me how this bricked itself, why it bricked itself, and how to unbrick it. So if you ever get it bricked, let me know and I'll tell you exactly what to do. But I don't want to put it in public because it's quite controversial what's happened. But I'm going to move on because, you know, now the unboxing has already been done and is being put onto a shorts video. So go and watch that if you want to see what you get in the box. Some people have said, I wish I could order it with just a canopy without having to get an 04 Pro, and you can indeed do that. And then some people have said, well, I want the nice new canopy as well. And well, they may eventually sell that. But one question I have been asked is, does the new canopy fit the old 25? And I'm willing to say yes, but before I say yes, let's try it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the plastic old version. This is the new canopy. Now, it does actually say Mario 25 Pro there, which is interesting, but it came in the Mario 35. So the answer is nice and solid as well. The new canopy does indeed fit the old 25. Let's head out.
Oh, he's up. There he is. Why'd you disarm? Yes! He hit a tree and disarmed. Why? Right. I'm gonna... There we go. Here we go. looks super scary and risky, bro. Look at that, wow. Yes! Nice! I got my entire thing on 10x zoom, bro. I mean, he was like right next to me. It was just so cool just watching him dive and stuff from like really close. Wow! So cool where this is. This is just... I lost him, but I didn't. Why did I zoom out? Oh! Bruh. Careful, bro! It sounds like a 5-inch! Like, actually, it sounds a lot like a 5-inch. Even though it's not a 5-inch. Bruh. That's what I've just realised, tree. Oof, I don't know why I whispered it. He should be fine! Oh my god. Dude, this is actually super fun, just watching him do this. Especially that as well. Mainly going under the bridge. Hello! 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 Hello, say hi to Squad and Quads. From my perspective, it looks like he's about...
Okay, so this has Oxbot 32 firmware inside. So how we adjust and update it is going to be slightly different. Most important thing, first of all, is to plug a LiPo into the drone. Make sure that there's no props on, of course. And then plug your USB into the back of the drone. Once you've done that and it's beeped, hit connect device and it should come up in this little list on the left hand side, and then hit connect. Now these are all your parameters that you can adjust. It's all set to 48 kilohertz, so it all looks perfectly fine. And I'm not going to update anything because it flies really well as well, so it would seem remiss of me to then change anything if it's working really, really well. But the reason that we hear, so it's listed as ramp up sound. And we're going to paste into here this. And we'll get it to right melody, make sure it does. Save successfully. So I'm just going to disconnect. And I'm going to plug the drone in next to the microphone. So it takes a little bit of time, but the Mario Mini's now got the Mario startup tune. And it's as easy as that. I'll leave the code in the description of this video down below. You just need to visit this website that you can see on screen now and do exactly what I've just done. And it literally is as easy as that. So there's only really a couple of questions to answer remaining in this video, and we're not going to do them in this video because they are: how does it fly against other 3.5-inch drones? And what is the top speed, etc. And we're going to do them in a couple of days. So stick with us. Make sure that you've got your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And stick with us because they will be coming really, really quickly. So Mario Mini 35 or Mario Mini X, and we're going to go and dive the chimney, something we've not done for quite some time. It is extremely windy this morning, isn't it, Boy Wonder?
Yep. Go ahead and dive. I'm going to zoom on the chimney.
All right, Boy Wonder is going to film us. He's got some chiffonies, yeah. Boy Wonder's got some mad filming skills these days. So I'm going to hand over to him and he's going to commentate as I get to the top of this chimney now. Okay, Boy Wonder, off you go.
Okay. but there he goes. And I just lost him as soon as he dived. Oh, I keep seeing him. 10x zoom is like so hard to track still.
This battery hasn't charged properly.
Oh. It says it was full, didn't it?
It did. Now I'm not going to go through the wheel of death because it is mad windy, although this drone will absolutely cope with it without a problem.
Should we say what's parked behind us or not?
Yeah.
Should I like record?
Yeah, show them, and show them how they've parked as well.
Yeah, you see? You see that? That circle over there and that.
Security's trying to intimidate us.
What?
Just trying to see if I can see him on his patrol.
Mega securities. Also, behind, all the way in front of us are the forkers.
No problems with the signal with this one like we had with the last one. Again, I can only praise SpeedyBee for things they do right, and they've done everything right with this. It is so good.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't able to fly here with the original.
You might have dive the Chimney.
I'm going to dive the Chimney again, yeah, without making modifications to it, but I'm at minus 60 decibels and 100 LQ. This dive probably won't be very good because of the wind though. Oh well, nowhere near it. Okay, I'm going to come back and land.
I caught you then.
Did you? I'm going to come back and land. Okay, so moving on into the Betaflight section of the SpeedyBee Mario Mini X. This version we've got is a 3.5-inch version. Obviously it is modular, so there are different sizes available, but the setup is going to be the same for pretty much all of them because they all run the same flight control. It's just the difference in the motors and stuff. So we'll go through the setup, we'll show you exactly how to do it, and yeah, we'll take it from there really. So there's a few things that we need to check. First of all, we need to make sure in here we've got a VTX MSP port and a serial port selected. We have. It's also pre-set up for a GPS as well, although the GPS doesn't come with it. We can show you exactly how to fit one. It really is child's play. Moving on to configuration, the most important thing in here we need to check is that we set to 180 degrees arming, which we are. That means if your drone is upside down in a tree, you can still arm it. If this figure isn't 180 degrees and it's upside down in a tree, you won't be able to arm it, and the chances you may not be able to get it back. So it is really important. Now down here, I'm going to leave it to air mode permanently selected. I do have a video out there to say there is a better way of doing it than leaving air mode on, and we'll visit that later on in this series. But for now, to get it set up for newer pilots and for maybe less experienced pilots, we're going to leave it as air mode on. Down here, we need to make sure that we are set to 4.35. We need to set that we need to set this to 4.4 to make sure when we're using an LiHV that it doesn't give us a dead battery reading. So if you've got a fully charged 4.35 volt battery, so a HV, and you've left that at 4.3 and it says it's a 4S, it will actually tell you you've got a dead 3S. You can fly for as long as you normally would on that battery. I was going to say as long as you want, but obviously not. As you normally would on that battery, but your OSD will be flashing at you from the very second you take off that you need to land now because your battery is completely dead. So we've just fixed that. That won't now happen. Failsafe we set to drop because we don't have a GPS in, but we have got all the GPS rescue data set up in here. So that should be as easy as plugging in a GPS and just pressing that radio button to turn GPS rescue on. And we'll do that either later on in this video or in a future video. Presets, so I would suggest that you select 250 Hertz. And all I'm going to select on here is single cell values. Everything else I'm going to leave standard, and I'm going to tune and I'm going to sort it out myself. Hit save and reboot. That'll just give you a little bit more of a linear feel on your controller. It doesn't matter if you don't do it, but I would advise that you do it. Moving down into the PID tune, take a screenshot of this if you need, and a screenshot of that if you need. I will also upload a backup to my Discord as well. Rate profiles, again, really personal. Even now, I'm still changing my rates. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it at 900. You'll have to bear with me. The screen is a mile away from it and I have a really bad eyesight. And then I'm actually going to up this to 200 just to give me a bit more of a linear feel. Again, only copy these rates and no expo. So only copy these rates if you are confident in how your flying will match these rates. If not, just leave it as standard, or we've got a video out there that will show you 3 different rate profiles for newbie, beginner and expert, and you can select them and you can have all them on one switch so that you can switch between them and find out where you are, and then you can start fine-tuning it from there. Moving down into the receiver tab, I'm going to hit bind receiver, but I think we may be in Wi-Fi mode by now. So if we now go into bind receiver, it should put it into bind mode. I can't see where the LED is for it. There it is, I can see it. I'll bring the camera in and show you that later. What we do now is we go into our controller, we press our Express LRS Lua script, and we just hit bind. And we just make sure that our sticks move in exactly the way that they should. You'll see that I've got my throttle on 2, and that's so that I can do that trick whereby we don't have air mode permanently enabled. But we're going to fly it with air mode permanently enabled initially and just see how it goes. If all is well, we can then switch to the more advanced version, if you like. Down here in the modes tab, we need to make sure that we set up our arm switch. Now personally, I don't use angle or horizon mode. Beeper is probably a good thing because I am likely to crash it. And turtle mode is also a good thing because I am likely to crash it. I'm not going to set up GPS rescue or anything like that at this moment in time because we're going to fly it as is, and then we're going to come back either on this video or another video, add a GPS, and then change the relevant settings once we've done it. Turn my controller off now to save the battery because I haven't charged it and I've been flying it every single day since I've had it. GPS will obviously show us that it's looking for a satellite because it's already set up, but there is no GPS receiver plugged in. Motors, we are set to props out. There are stickers on the motors to show you where your leading edge of your prop needs to be, and we did that in a shorts video on the unboxing, so if you're not sure, have a watch of that. OSD again is very, very personal. I'm going to leave it as it is, but I'm somebody I've normally been flying with a lot of information on my OSD, but just recently I'm becoming a bit more minimalist with it. But I'm going to leave it as it is for now. Obviously, we're not going to see anything related to GPS, so all of these here won't actually show up because there is no GPS plugged in. Once it's plugged in, then they'll show up. Now, interestingly, it shows we're on PID profile number 1, so I'm just going to go back to that and just check and see if we have got different PID profiles. LED strip, again, it is set up, but there isn't one included, so if you want to get one, you plug it in and it's already set up for you. We don't need to check anything else in here, but I'm just going to go back to PID tuning and I'm just going to have a look. Okay, so there are different profiles, but they're blank. So I'm guessing that is, and that's set us to rate profile number 4. Why it's done that? Oh well. And that's it, you've set it up. So the next thing we need to do is we need to plug in the USB to the O4 Pro, and we need to update the O4 Pro and activate it using the DJI Assistant 2. Let me grab a battery. So for this procedure now, you need to make sure you've got a LiPo plugged in and the USB plugged into the O4 Pro, not the flight controller. Now, we've got a LiPo plugged in and it's come up with DJI Assistant 2. We've opened that up and it's come up to here. If you don't have a LiPo plugged in and it's not already bound, you won't get this next prompt to it's not already activated. You won't get that prompt to start activation. And you'll wonder why. You'll be out in the field and you'll be like, well, it's not told me it's not activated, but now it's telling me it's not activated. What do I do? Make sure you've got a LiPo plugged in before you open up this program for the very first time. Start activation. And it's literally as simple as that. Once it's activated, my advice is hit complete. It's going to tell you that it can update, but just stop a second. I've now unplugged the battery and it looks like it's disconnected, but it's going to reconnect. And we don't need the battery in for this, and that will help keep it cool. If you've got a Violence fan from Flywoo, you might want to turn that on right now if you're leaving the battery plugged in, but there really is no need to. Once you've activated it, once that's it, you will need to make sure that you have a USB cable and plug it into a mobile phone into your goggles for the very first time, just to activate it further. I don't know why. Ask DJI, I don't know. Okay, the latest version of DJI, the latest version of the update for the O4 Pro does not allow you to roll back. And there are some reported issues with lockups and things. And I think it's on mainly the older O4 Pros. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to select this one. So 500 was reported to have the problem. We've now got 600. which I assume fixes it. So I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll be guinea pigs. We'll give it a go. Once you've updated past 500, there is no way to roll back though. So hopefully DJI haven't done me dirty here. Fingers crossed. Okay, we're now fully updated. As you can see, there is no way to roll back. So if this firmware is trash, chat, we're cooked. Okay, so we'll move on now.
Recording. Alright, recording.
So one test we haven't done is to compare the RSSI. And we know that on the original Mario Mini 25, the RSSI was very, very poor. Yeah. So we're at 250 milliwatt, no, we're at 25 milliwatts, officer, and 250 hertz. And we are going around the back of this tree at the other side of the field at minus 80. And I'm dropping relatively low behind that tree. It's coming back up now, minus 75, minus 70. We've got a guy at the tree here, so I'm just gonna swerve it a little bit. And then we're going to go up here and we're at minus 60. This is far better than the original Mario Mini. Far, far, far better than the original Mario Mini. We've got a person down there to our right. We are sub 250g, so we're all good. We are just trying to induce some satellites. We've been waiting for satellites. We've added a GPS, but we haven't got any satellites yet. I've also put the camera angle as far forward as it will go, but we still have props in view. And we've got a little bit of the frame in view at the top as well. There's a dog there as well.
Is the camera angle okay for me?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And these rates are lovely as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And it's very powerful.
So we're going to head around the field again at minus 60 decibels and 100% LQ. Yep. Minus 75 as we go here with some houses blocking part of the signal. Just going to lean into the wind a little bit here because it is very windy today. You may be able to hear it on the stick cam.
Again.
Zero satellite still.
There has to be a problem with it then.
So we're going to try and push it. We're going to put some houses in between us and just see how far we can push it. Minus 80, minus 85. It is far better than the original. The original would have failed safe there.
Thing again, bro.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's my favourite drone now.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that.
The power, bro. Like, it has all the power. All the milliamps.
All the milliamps.
All the cells, all of the everything. Oh my god. Scared me then when you did that.
Scared me, mate. Okay, so that was our review of the SpeedyBee Mario Mini 35. As I mentioned, it's sort of called the SpeedyBee Mario Mini X because it's a cross series of modular FPV drones. And I forgot how to speak, but this is the 35. We're going to review the 40 and the 30, and we might review the Pro 25. We might not. If I can get a Pro 25 frame, I might swap it over, but we'll see. And then we'll have a big comparison of all of them together. Now, this is the second outro that I've recorded because obviously that email earlier from SpeedyBee has clarified the situation. And this is brilliant. This is really good for all of FPV. Yes, I did put pressure on SpeedyBee to try and change their policies. And yes, it's worked. And I'm proud of that. But I'm not proud of that for me or for my channel. I'm proud of that because I can help you guys. And I can give you guys a more informed opinion on what I think. And what I think is, if SpeedyBee are willing to help customers when they've got a problem, I've got no problems in saying go and buy one of these right now because it is that good. Now, it's not perfect. Let me just clarify that. You will have seen in all of the footage, it does have props in view, and we have increased the camera angle to the maximum that it will increase by removing a couple of screws. And that's brilliant, and it's phenomenal, and it's fabulous, but you might not like props in view. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, this came like this. So we had purple props. We had like a semi-purple translucent shell. And I kept it like that for the review. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these props with grey props. For anybody that doesn't know, if you've got a drone that has props in view and you use grey props, you will still see them in some conditions. But in some conditions, you won't see them at all. And in a lot of conditions where you do see them, you'll see them a lot less. So that's what I'm going to do initially. Now, this thing flies so well. I think this is up there as the best flying 3.5-inch FPV drone released so far. Now, I'm going to stop you there because what I do need to say is the best flying sub 250 gram 3.5-inch FPV drone, because the Oasis Fly 35 is still, in my opinion, streets, leagues and skyscrapers ahead of anything else at 3.5-inch. But how can I say that? Well, I can't, I suppose, because I've not flown them back to back. So what Boy Wonder FPV and I are going to do this weekend is we're going to go out and we're going to fly them back to back. The Oasis Fly 35 versus the Mario Mini 35. And we're going to see which one we prefer. Now, I would have loved to have done a blind test, but the problem is this has props in view and the other doesn't. So we can't do it as a blind test. So we are going to know what we fly in. But as always, you'll get an honest opinion from this channel. In exactly the same way I've given you an honest opinion of what I think of SpeedyBee, and I've gone out of my way to email them again to try and enact some change, and we've got that change. And because of that, we could have just said, this is great, here's an affiliate link, go and buy it. But we didn't. We stuck to our guns. We doubled down, we dug in, and we've got some positivity out of it. And I am so, you can probably tell, I am so genuinely pleased that we've got that for you guys. From me, from my point of view, I've got sponsorship deals with motor companies, with flight controller companies. I could just email any one of them and say, send me a replacement. And I could have done that with the Mario Mini 25, but I didn't. I stuck to my guns because this channel is built on honesty. And because I stuck to my guns and I stuck to that honesty, I've now got us a resolution, and I think it's brilliant. So what do I honestly think about this drone? Well, I think it's the best sub 250 flying 3.5-inch FPV drone. And thank the Lord for SpeedyBee agreeing to support international customers. I have got no problems in recommending this as a buy. Just bear in mind, a couple of caveats. Caveat number one is if you're using a GMB like this, the lead isn't long enough to reach round. So you're going to have to sort of stack it at the back and have it like that, which is not brilliant. Caveat number two is if you're using anything over a 660 mAh LiHV 4S, you'll be over 250 grams. Now, with this battery, we can fly for 3 to 4 minutes, depending on wind conditions. In light winds, it'll fly for 4 minutes fairly hard without any problems at all. If you want to go just above 250 grams by about 1 gram, you can use this and definitely get 4 minutes without any questions at all. They fixed the ELRS range, which was a big problem in the original. That's been fixed. The antennas for the 04 still go down here, but you get the original 04 Pro antennas, which you can stick out of the back if you want. This canopy will fit the Mario Mini 25, and the Mario Mini 25 canopy will fit this. It's a phenomenal series. You can have a 2.5-inch, a 3-inch, a 3.5-inch, and a 4-inch, and just one 04 Pro. And it literally takes you seconds to swap them out. I think I've already done this, but because I'm re-recording everything, I'm going to do it again. So if you've seen this before, then I apologize. But literally, it takes somebody with brains. It takes literally seconds to take it apart. And there it is. You've got a modular series of a 2.5-inch, a 3-inch, a 3.5-inch, a 4.5-inch with an 04 Pro. What's not to like about it? It's tuned well. It flies well. It's even got a USB-C, which I complain about so often. Yeah, even Boy Wonder's excited. I can't. We all hate USB micro, don't we, son? I can't show you, but there's new LED strips and stuff coming out from Oxbot as well, but I can't show you that just yet. I'd love to, but I'm not allowed. Yeah. Honestly, like my whole attitude and my whole persona in this has completely changed because SpeedyBee have agreed to support their international customers. But, and this is important, keep them on their toes. If you send them a request for support and you get told you're not in China, go away, let me know. Leave a comment, tell me, show me a copy of the email, and I'll go to them and I'll seek clarification for you guys. But as long as they're true to the word, and I've got no reason to disbelieve that they will be true to their word, I am happy to wholeheartedly recommend this product. Boy Wonder FPV, would you, in fact, let's get the Boy Wonder in. Hang on a second. If you just go under there. Underwear. So, Boy Wonder FPV, give me your thoughts on the Mario Mini 35 and whether you'd recommend it to the boys and girls. Right, 1 second.
It's probably one of the best drones I've ever flown, sub 250 as well. Really powerful. I nearly hit the tree once. And you did hit the tree like 5 times. Why are you doing sign language or something? 6-7. It looks like you're doing 6-7 right now. Anyway, it is really good. Like, really, really good.
Is it?
Yes, it is. I already know what you're going to say. Boy Wonder approved!
Praise be. Thank you so much, Boy Wonder. Okay, I'm going to leave a affiliate link in the description down below. It won't cost you any extra. We've had to self-fund this purchase and the purchase of the 3-inch and the 4-inch. So if you are interested in buying one, then please do use that affiliate link. It will help the channel. It will help the channel incredibly. And it won't cost you any extra. Like the video, hype the video, share the video, send the video to everybody who wasn't going to buy SpeedyBee because of the stance that they took, and tell them that it's changed. We've enacted some change and I am so proud. You are all legends. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
Peace!
YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know.